Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to the stream. Ooh. Okay, now I just gotta show what my background looks like because this works perfectly. Because I got this background recently. It's quite nice. Plus I've got another one on my side monitor. Anyways, just thought it was appropriate that, you know, Subnautica's playing and got that for the background. Also, welcome Mango Boy to the stream. Good to see you. But we're gonna go ahead and just like it. Thank you. Spent arguably too long trying to figure out what to put for my background because, you know, the one I had before was decent, but it was, I mean, the browns, like, they look cool, but after a while it just gets really boring. So I just thought it could use a bit of a change. But today we're gonna go ahead and turn this down a little bit. But we're just gonna go ahead and get into coloring pixels because why not? Do you remember me? I remember you were here on Thursday. That good enough for you? But yeah, we're gonna go ahead though and just get into this. Anyways, enough clowning around. Also, I guess we'll do this before I forget, which is the fact that I now actually have a new banner, which I'm personally very proud of. Let's get it full screen. So yeah, so we now have this. It's cool. Yeah, thank you. What have I been up to? I've not been up to a whole ton, just working, streaming occasionally. But yeah, so we now have a new banner. This is on Twitter, YouTube, here on Twitch. Pretty certain that's all that I have where I can put a banner up. Anyways. But yeah, went and decided I should probably actually have a banner instead of just what I'd had before. Because before I had the first banner I ever tried making for myself, where basically it's literally just the Gmod logo with a orange background, and then over the Gmod logo was the Internet Archive logo, because the point of the channel initially, when I made that YouTube channel, I should say, the intent was that, you know, I'm going to be playing a bunch of old games and whatever, so, you know, the Internet Archive thing, whatever. Inside this world of fantasy, we can all level up, yeah, we can all level up. No, to where we want to be, we can all level up, and we can all level up. But yeah. Also, obviously we didn't stream yesterday. That was just mostly because I ended up working for like 7 hours, I guess 7.5. I can't remember the exact amount. Anyways, I worked for a very long time because it was Memorial Day, so we were expecting things to get really busy. Luckily they didn't, but yeah, so basically I was gone the majority of the day, and then I was just really tired when I got back. Plus I was going and doing some stuff with Dreamer. Good times. Excuse me. But yeah, so basically that's what I was doing yesterday. But we're here tonight, and I might end up doing some other stuff rather than just coloring pixels tonight, because, you know, may as well. Taking the right and we are moving to level up. And we're moving to level up. I guess I was coloring there but didn't finish. Okay. Trying to think if there's anything that I've got on my mind at the moment. Not terribly. You'll never rule my life like the way that you used to. I find I am much better off out on my own. Maybe a house, but not a... Okay, I guess I can do this. Because I ended up seeing... ended up seeing this done. And I was really intrigued. So I ended up going and messing around with this. So basically what this does is it takes photos that you've had, like basically it takes a photo, identifies a face, and turns it into, so you know, you got spoilers. So you know, you got this. I think I took this, when was that, like 2015? Might have been that long. No, it must have been like 17. Anyways, it's been a little while, but basically there's that. Which obviously has a few issues with it, mainly the fact that, you know, really, I mean, obviously I've got a sort of smirk going on here, so obviously it's like, okay, well, this is a small eye, this is a big eye, and whatever. But then the one that I was really surprised with how good it looked was so basically, first off, to explain the face, so you know how I've got these zoom scenes that I've got? So basically, on my Stream Deck, I have it where it's got a closed eyes version and then an open eyes version. Yes, before we get to the decent photo. So, you know, here's the closed eyes version. And it turns me into like a blobfish or something. You know, doesn't look too great. But nope. Up here. But then this one, I don't know why, that just looks really good to me though. Like, because, you know, you got the headphones or whatever. I'm glad I didn't keep the crazy eyes or, you know, the insane smile, and instead just went with that. I don't know. Just did that earlier today and thought I'd share. These fools run free to be the ones they want to be. These chains, they're falling off. Excuse me. That I don't need your pleas in a thick old apologies. Your friends just haven't been real friends to me. It's time for me to spread my wings. I also realize that I'm getting really far away from the mic, making it difficult to properly position it. A simple band of gold wrapped around my soul. Hard forgiven, hard forget. Faith is in our hands, castles made of sand. No more guessing, no regrets. Then you came my way on a winter's day, shouted loudly, come out and play. Can't you tell I got news for you? Sun is shining and so are you. And we're gonna be alright. Dry your tears and hold tight. Can't you tell I got news for you? Sun is shining and so are you. And we're gonna be alright. Dry your tears and hold tight. Can't you tell I got news for you? Sun is shining and so are you. Diamonds to behold, waiting to unfold. Bite the bullet, bite your tongue. Okay. So since currently this is all that's running through my head. So I've actually, obviously on most of these streams I end up singing for at least some of the time. It's funny, I actually probably sing less on these streams than talking, which is a little shocking given the initial intention of it, which was simply, well, I already stay up late and, do coloring pixels and sing, so let's just go and turn it into a stream. And I end up just talking for more of the time. Anyways. But it's interesting. I get a lot of... Because, whenever I'm at work, there's whatever music playing and all that. But I swear, I've heard, half of the employees. I mean, because I've had one who, I think she's 16, whatever, and she's like, man, way to go and just show off, Jacob, because, I'm just singing and putting my heart and soul into it. Basically, I'm just singing. And then, occasionally whenever I sing, it's on a lower note, obviously, I'll do that occasionally, but particularly, if I know the song well, or if it's my music, I end up just, going full ham. I'm going to put my whole being into the song. But I've ended up having, let's see, what were some of the quotes? One of them was, you should be on American Idol. Another one was, you seem to be in the wrong profession. Because basically, obviously, I'm working customer service at a pizza place. So, not necessarily where all of my talents are best used. That one was really funny to me, though. It's just geez, you think I'm trying to stay in this for forever? I don't know. Just funny things that happen. And also, in regards of what do I think about that sort of thing myself, yeah, it'd be great. It'd be absolutely great to be able to get on to something like that, because even if, you don't win, you still get a lot of exposure. Plus, you get to a point where it's, you get far enough into whatever show it is, and it's oh hey, everyone's, learning to love you, or you end up going and having a fan base grow around you because of XYZ. Because yeah, it'd be absolutely amazing to be able to go and get onto one of those shows, or just in general be able to do something with a big name celebrity or whatever, or even big name, obviously not to the point where they're considered a local celebrity, where it's literally just, oh yeah, this person, they've lived here for 50 years and they sing good. I can't remember if I've said this on stream or not, but my family knows Alex Boyer, which to a lot of people that name is who? Basically, he got big in Utah specifically when he did a cover of Paradise with another, specifically Utah famous group, the Piano Guys. Basically, the thing that Alex does is he goes and Africanizes, that's the term he uses, he Africanizes pop music. So basically he just goes and takes songs and puts either an African twist on them or just sings it in African, which obviously then he needs to change up the way that it's formulated. Yeah, that's the word I'm looking for. Although it's interesting because he actually was on America's Got Talent. I think it was 2015? I can't remember when he was on. But yeah, basically, my family knows him. I mean, when they say no, it's not like, oh yeah, we've got a super big, super good bond. It's like, I mean, it's not a business knowing thing. Basically, it's my dad and Alex are part of a, I guess the terminology they use is mastermind group sort of thing, where basically it's a group of people where basically they just get together occasionally, bounce ideas off each other, spend time together, have fun, whatever. But then, because being able to do something with Alex would be phenomenal. Especially because he does a lot for the, I think I don't know if it's technically partnered or just he works heavily with the American Foundation for Suicide Prevention, the charity we were helping to raise money for last week. But basically, he does a lot for suicide awareness, prevention, all that stuff. So obviously, for anyone who was here on Thursday at the end of the stream, my whole story with that. But if you did not happen to be here for that, you don't have to go and try to skim through the VOD here on Twitch. You can actually go to YouTube, search up TallBoy Jacob, and then the channel name is TallBoy Jacob versus TallBoy Vault, which is the VOD channel. And basically, you can go and find a video there where I basically just take the end of that stream and stick it into a video. Tomorrow, please remember me. I was 17. Break your neck, break your neck, break your neck and fall. Basically, being able to do something with him would be great. Being able to, give back to the community. I mean, arguably, Alex is one of the main reasons why I am still alive in the first place, because remember, there were more than a couple nights where it's just feeling real down, all thoughts and whatever swimming around, and then what did I do? Turned on one of his singles, Bend Not Break, and basically I just put that thing on repeat, ended up listening to it for a couple hours, finally fell unconscious. So yeah, it's very easy for me to say that it would mean a lot to be able to do something with Alex, especially because beyond my family knowing him, I ended up going to one of those mastermind conference sort of things with my dad at one point where, lo and behold, guess who's there? Alex Boy. So I got to go in, hanging out with him for a bit, because basically he was putting a concert on down in the St. George area, down in southern Utah. And so basically ended up stopping by when he was able to. It's interesting though, because I actually got to, because basically after the show we all went to where we were staying, and then we're talking, having a good time, whatever, and then you know, everyone starts to go off to bed individually, whatever. I didn't get to bed until like past 2 o'clock in the morning, which, you know, doesn't sound too bad.
Till you realize the fact that I was up at like 6 in the morning and I'd been going hard all day.
Because we were doing a bunch of stuff. Like we went on razors, out riding. We did so much that day. But then we ended up going and it was, I'm trying to think, because it was the guy who started the group. Then it was me, Alex, and I think it was Alex, one of Alex's, I don't think it was his manager, but some sort of connection like that, you know. And then I think one other guy, he did a lot of real estate stuff. But we ended up, you know, staying up talking, and then Alex's wife had just gone into the hospital because they were expecting, and then they ended up going, and, you know, she had gone into the hospital a couple times, you know, being precautious, whatever, especially when getting woozy, whatever. And then that night, she ended up, you know, going into the hospital, and then like she was doing really poorly, whatever. And so basically I got to stay up with Alex, you know, as we were trying to figure out, I mean, I say we, I was basically a spectator during it, but everyone was trying to figure out, okay, we're down in southern Utah, we need to get him to like mid Utah tonight. So, you know, like 5-hour drive, 2 o'clock in the morning. And then he was able to get up to the hospital, whatever, just before she ended up giving birth. So basically, yeah, I ended up going and mildly assisting in getting Alex Boyer to see his youngest, at least as of now, get born. So, you know, that's always cool. Plus, what was also really funny is the fact that as we were getting him into a car, he's looking up at the sky and he's like, whoa, look at all the stars, whatever. And then I showed him the Big Dipper, you know, like, oh yeah, you know, you can see connections here, whatever, you like the Big Dipper, you know. I'm figuring, I think he's like, he's at least past 40, I believe, you know. So I'm like, oh yeah, of course he's gonna know the Big Dipper. He just stares at me like, there's constellations in the stars. It's so good. He's just like, what? I can't possibly fathom this. Oh, great time, great time. Don't know if I have ever held your hand, but I seek it. Don't know if I have ever loved, but I feel it. Put the puzzle back together, see what I'm dreaming. Ooh, hey, 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 oh, hey, 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 oh, hey, 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 oh, put the puzzle back together, see what I'm dreaming. Hey, hey, oh, hey, 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 oh, but I feel it. Put the puzzle back together, see what I'm dreaming. When I find the pieces. Also, I hate when we finally get past the single-digit numbers. Like I say, I hate. It's just a little annoying because then it's like, now I'm having to pay far more attention. on a different path than mine. I'm left behind, wondering if I should follow. You had to go, and of course it's always fine. I probably could catch up with you tomorrow. But is this what it feels like to be growing apart? When did I become the one who's always chasing your heart? Okay. So this is gonna sound really weird, but I'm really happy that I'm currently tugging at a hair under my chin. So basically, my family is not well known for their facial hair. I guess the reason why it's so long is probably because I have not shaved in that area terribly well. Because I've got like one tiny hair here. See if I can zoom in. Yeah, it literally doesn't even show up on camera. I got one here. I've got somewhere around here, like one, like a really dark hair, but like one. And really short right now, but I do actually have some facial hair around my upper lip. A bit of a stash. When I say a bit, I mean like literally you get one bit of your 64-bit stash. So I'm lost in the woods, wondering if you still care. I mean, and also to give reference for how not facial hair growing I am, at least, it took me until I was 18 to even consider shaving. Because I think it was, actually I know exactly when it was, at least if I'm remembering correctly. It was during the 12-hour live stream I did in September. I ended up going and my dad came down, handed me a package. It was a bit of a late birthday present from Gillette. Because basically they're like, here's a razor, you know, like your first, because I think it was, here's your first real shave, you know, because they're figuring you've been shaving since you've been like at least 16. No, that was just legitimately the first time that I shaved. It was, I think, a couple days later when I was like, I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna shave. And then, yeah, and then I ended up going and, you know, as I'm shaving, I'm trying to, you know, make sure I'm keeping the razor clean. So I'm just on the blades, just trying to scrape off whatever hair or dead skin particles were there. My thumb was so torn up. Like, it was only like a couple layers of skin down, but it was just like, note to self, don't do that if you're trying to clean it. Literally just run it under the water. It'll probably run better, clean out better. You don't want to get clapped back. I know that you don't want to get clapped back. You will die by my blade. You will find that life is pain. I never back down from a fight. I don't fear boy now. I don't fear you now. I don't fear the passing of mines. Guys, I died. Gonna keep knocking me down. I keep fighting, but I'm gonna get back up. I'ma rise like the phoenix every single time. Even if I died and lost it all, I'm gonna get back up. Keep living my best life. Oh, that's my secret. Thanks, brain, you know. We didn't necessarily need to talk about that on stream, but I guess I'm gonna talk about that on stream now. So just before I ended up starting this hair is gonna be so noticeable now. Anyways. Before I ended up starting the stream tonight, I was just sitting around watching YouTube, and then I ended up going and watching the video that Pokimane uploaded today where she on stream was just looking at fan art. And then there was a bit of a reaction, I guess we'll say. Basically, two thoughts then started going through my head. First one of like, wow, I can't wait till that's happening with me. Like, you know, seeing the fact that people are willing to put in effort and time and in certain cases money to be able to go and get, you know, to be able to show appreciation to someone. You know, the fact that that could end up being me at some point. Really cool, like just insanely cool. Then comes the other thought of, well, too bad you're not gonna ever have that happen. Tell you guys, you might not think it, but oh boy, my brain absolutely hates me. Basically, you know, it's interesting. Whenever there's something that gets me really excited, like not just like oh that's so cool, but like deep down I'm getting like, whoa, like that could happen, that could be so cool. End up having this, like, it's such a weird feeling in my like chest area that I can't really describe it. And I wonder if, you know, describing it would end up taking away from it somewhat. Basically, you know, I've had that feeling only a couple times. Funnily enough, the first time I remember having it was when Disney Infinity was just coming out. Ended up going and I'd seen, you know, videos on it. I saw people going and wait, no, I remember exactly what it was. I had just gotten the PC version, the free PC version. Then I'd been seeing all these videos, you know, of people either playing in the toy box, playing the campaign, whatever, you know, and I knew that I'd only had access to the toy box. So I was like, man, like, I can see all these different, you know, creations I can make. I remember spending like a good hour or so, you know, in bed, you know, trying to get to sleep as how old would I have been? I guess 13 or something. And I was just so excited because, you know, I had all these possibilities that I'd be able to end up doing. And then, but then because of the way that the game is formulated, I had like jack all that I actually could build. Plus it was a really, really poor editor. You only have, because, you know, like, I mean, even things today like Mario Maker have it where it's like you have a certain amount of, you know, space, memory, whatever, that you can use when making something. And it was like this big for those toy boxes. So like you put down 3 blocks essentially, and it's like, well, you're done. You don't get to do anything else. That was always interesting, to say the least. There was that moment. There was a couple other moments. And then I was starting to get that, you know, just now and then. Just feeling was completely eaten away. I was like, well, the reason why you won't have that is either you have no audience, and so why would you ever grow an audience? You know, why would anyone ever want to watch you? Or, you know, there's just the other possibility of just, you know, dying. You know, that's a very real possibility with me every day. Wish it wasn't, but welcome to the life of someone who is quite suicidal. Thing is, in that regard, I've never, like, had an attempt or anything. But oh boy, have there been numerous times where I've gone into frightening detail on how exactly everything will work. Because anytime I'm thinking of that sort of thing, it's okay, How can I do it the most instantaneously so there will be the least amount of pain physically? And oh boy, I've come up with some very inventive ways that some completely unrealistic, others take a bit of work, others are just like, yeah, I could literally finish this stream and go do it. It's that simple. Obviously, right now at least, I'm in a good enough headspace where that's not too much of an issue, and I definitely can see that the streaming has been helping immensely with that. But obviously, can't stream 24/7. Can't even stream 8/7. Not at a point where this is financially feasible. There we go. I'm like, song you want to play maybe? It's funny though, looking over the footage from that Thursday stream, I ended up going and seeing how the music very perfectly, you know, at certain points would just cut out after I said something, you know, one of those jaw-dropping sort of sentences. It's always funny to look at. Come to endure this deathless woe. Life fall and break, or will true love prevail? I'm on the edge, how much longer can I hold on? Also, so I'm gonna just put this out there. Would anyone be interested in me doing like Twitch Sings streams? So I've got the program installed, I've got a bunch of stuff favorited, I just don't know if anyone would be interested in that, because obviously I've got this sort of situation where we'll just sing, but I wonder if people would be interested in that karaoke aspect of the Twitch Sings. I cried all hope into exile, and the monsters crawl behind every window and door in my desperate mind. It's the darkest hour, emotion, also sorrow. What remains, faith torn asunder. I am burning alive. Baby, baby, tell me more of your lies. Say you'd want me for a lifetime. I believe you even when I know it's a lie. Love so blind, sweet true lies. You know, in the sense of streams that I'm wondering about doing, there's a couple that there's a few that intrigue me a bit more than others, particularly like an art stream of sorts, because I don't do full paintings ever. I do, that's all I want. I do like sprite work basically whenever I do my any form of art, because I mean obviously that's in a digital medium. If I was to do something like with actual paper or whatever, I mean, for crying out loud, I've got this thing here, it's full of art supplies. I've got a, let me see if I can't position myself to grab it. I've got this thing, which is basically just a bunch of paper that I'm able to do stuff with. Sheesh. Ain't this a blast from the past? Here, let me. So, welcome to the wonderful world of I don't know how to apply picture to a pencil differently and trying to take an online class for children. So this is, for this one we were trying to just make a dinosaur here, and this we were attempting to make like a, I don't even remember what it was an attempt at. And then this was trying to make a tree stump. I remember this. So this was basically, it was trying to help you, you know, you got the light here, so your light goes onto your subject. How do you do the shading? Here was also trying to focus on like how to make a donut here. I think this was supposed to be a doorknob or something. Yeah, I remember this. I mean, I don't, but I remember that existed. Tried to draw Einstein. This was, you know, let's go and make a light bulb and then make it look like it's all lit up, and then birthday cake. Because why not? And then we got this. This was another shading practice, you know, lighting, whatever. The guy was really into Minions at the time because it was 2015. So we did that. I don't know if all of these are mine though, because some of these I don't quite remember doing. Specifically, I don't know if I did the Minion. And then here we've got a few different things. Got a bird, whatever. Bird eggs. And then, you know, that was all from 2015. Then I ended up going and, there's the tree stump again, I guess. Then I ended up going and, was it last year? No, I think it was 2 years ago. Yeah, it must have been 2 years ago. I guess it was technically last school year, I think. I ended up taking a little bit of a art course. Then I ended up going and ended up watching a guy a lot draw with Jazza. I'm currently just going by Jazza. But basically he had a, I believe it was like the Arty Party game app, whatever. I ended up going and buying that from him, and then this was a 3-color challenge where basically I got the color green, the color orange, and the color black. That's what I made. Remember, I wonder if I still have that video. Do I have that artwork still here? Let me see if I can find this. It's here. Got a lot of stuff here. This is my workstation for quite a, yeah, I still got these. So then, for that art class, got so many things. Okay, that, you, alright, you. So basically for that art class that I was talking about, this was the first thing that they had us do, which was basically just draw an apple and then get as realistically as possible. All things considered, not too bad. I ended up kind of messing up here because I was trying to do a shadow there, and then I just, you know, put black instead of anything else, so that ended up looking pretty crap. And then we have this. I'm having so much deja vu because I know for a fact that I definitely did this sort of thing before, of just showing you, tracing everything. So I don't know if it'll show up, but you can kind of see the grid pattern there. So this was basically, they had us, I think this was downscaling an image. So they're downscaling or upscaling. Anyways, and then they ended up going and, so I'm going to show you kind of just the top half here. So this is Hen from, whatever it's called, Moana. So I ended up trying to do like a scale effect on the legs. Didn't end up working too well, so I ended up making it like pants of a sort. And then, you know, here's his one foot. As you can kind of see, the other foot was a bit big, So I just tried to make it look like he was mutated. And then this will be really difficult to show. I guess not. This was to work on perspective, which all things considered, not too bad. Then this was more shading practice, which at this point, you know, I had better pencils along with more control. So there's that. Then is that the end of those items? Yes. So then I ended up going and, I mean, I guess I can call it my final project. It wasn't really, basically it was just, you know, meant to be, oh yeah, you know, make a project. I think it was, we were supposed to say like, it was like a travel log of sorts, you know, where you're going, how you're getting there, who are you going to meet, what are you going to do. I think that's what it was. So I ended up making this, which I'm actually still pretty proud of to this day. I mean, obviously it's very simplistic. I say very simplistic. It's very rough. Remember this took me like 3 weeks to do. I mean, it was only like ever 2 hours at a time in the art shop. Although this thing right here, I absolutely hate, because this was not originally part of the piece. It's a water stain. Basically, they would store these, you know, like, here's this classes, here's this classes. And so basically, I think it's the pickaxe sort of head thing that was the initial mark. So I ended up having to go and just kind of adjust that. Then I ended up going, and this is the one where I'm wondering if I still have the video. I ended up going and, that shows up very heavily. I decided that I wanted to go and try to just make something, you know, try to do some practice at home. So I ended up going and getting a random idea generator, and this was like the Beast or something. I can't remember the exact thing that it was called, but basically ended up making this, which again, kind of rough, but all things considered, not bad. I think this took me like 2 hours, maybe. And obviously, like, I mean, looking at it on stream, it looks better than it does in person. Specifically, this shading here looks really good on stream. It's not about what you wear, it's all about where you are. But yeah, so basically, I ended up making a time-lapse video of this, which if anyone would be interested in that, whether that's just doing it on stream and then turning that into a time-lapse, or going and doing whatever. So obviously I've got 2 cameras, so it wouldn't be difficult to go and set them up however I'd need to do a top-down. A boom arm would be nice for that. I might get a boom arm. That might be nice. Anyways. Trying to think if there's anything else that I've got that I can showcase at the moment, since we're on the subject of art. I mean, I've got a lot of like sprites, as I said, because that's what I do on the computer. Is whenever I'm doing art, it's always like pixel art sprites, just because I don't have a drawing I mean, I have a drawing tablet, I believe, but it's A, not mine, B, I'm not that much of an artist. I can't really just kind of sit down for a really long time and just try to focus on that sort of thing. So I wish I was able to, because, I mean, you know, having done some art, obviously, whenever I see other artists' work, I'm kind of looking at it like, oh wow, that's a lot of effort that you must have put into that. Is there anything? Oh my, which binder was you? I guess I'm just looking through all this stuff and I'm like, guys, all this stuff is my school stuff from over the years. So where are you? Oh, you're Shakespeare. Oh my. Oh, that's cool. I have not... I hate myself sometimes. Oh. Okay, so oh, I'm gonna kind of just try to memorize. I was 13 when I wrote this. No, I was 14 when I wrote this. Oh boy. Oh boy, oh boy, oh boy. This is a trip through memory lane. Sheesh. Do I have my... whatever. Do I have the scripts in here? Oh, I think I see a script. Yep. No, that was a monologue. Is this... Sheesh, I'm just looking at this and like... Yeah, this was a group scene. Oh my. Love how... What is this? Did I never open this thing, or did I just seal it back up? I know that we're not doing any coloring pictures right now, but this is just intriguing to me. It's been so long since I've seen this stuff. It's been over 5 years, actually. I guess over 4, whatever. It's been a long time for me. Oh gosh, how did I seal this thing up so much after I opened it? This just... Oh. Oh my god. I swear, I looked through some of this stuff. So this is... If I'm remembering correctly, this was basically at the end of the semester, we ended up going and writing in cards to each other. Because basically the point was... Basically the point was, you know, like, oh yeah, here's, you know, compliment them, whatever. And I swear, I look at so many of those things, and sometimes, like, I've got so many from throughout the ages. Also, this was really cool. So, this was the Shakespeare Festival down in Cedar City. And then what ended up happening was that they... Sheesh, there's so much stuff here. But they ended up going and they did Hamlet, but they did it with role reversal. That was fun to see. Was this just their schedule? I guess that was just their schedule. There's the scene. I have no idea what half of these notes even mean. Oh, this is a trip down memory lane. What was this one? The scratch paper. Oh boy. Thing is, and the fact that I literally just have this stuff right next to me and I've not looked at it in so long is just... Why? What the heck is this for? Fortuna, Fortuna. Oh. Right, because I always abbreviated that stuff. I'm looking at a couple of these are. Where's this one? The geography bee. Oh, damn, this is so weird to go back to. Just upside down. Please let to answer to. The thing is, this orange binder, you know, like when closed, if I get it as close as I can, this is what it looks like. What the heck? Thing is, half of these things. Wait. What the heck? Oh, I know. Oh, I remember this. Oh no. So this, at least if I remember correctly, this is a... Oh, so this is a game idea that I had. I can't remember why I was coming up with it. It's probably for a project or something. So basically, it's a board game where you've got a couple of different events that can occur. So you have, you know, you get a shout out. Basically, your goal is down here, get 1 million subs. So you have a shout out, you get +2, you know, move up 2 spaces. This one is miss a week uploading, collaborate, apology video. That one you miss, you go back 5, miss a week, go back 3, collaborate, go up 4, hit meme dumb, you go 6 forward. I'm pretty certain I made this just after Felix had his little escapade in PUBG. So I've got, you know, the final square just before actually hitting, you know, 1 million is say the N word. Oh boy, no, that's not the one we want. Oh my gosh. I think I must have been like 14 at this time. Oh my. Okay, let's see, because it was attention getting device, thesis, preview, your main points, your sub point, your first main point, your second sub point under that main point, and then the second sub point under that. I'm just looking through this stuff. Review, conclude with a call to action. Oh boy, this is interesting, because the thing is, this initially started off as my speech and debate folder, because basically I would use this, bring this, and, you know, put all my notes and whatever in it. Oh right, and then I started the Life of Fred series because my parents demanded that I had to go and do those. Yeah, your room was dirty. Welcome to living with 6 other people and having a hoardish mom and being stuck in the family room. Anyway, hello Mustache Dom, how are you doing tonight? Currently just going through some old things I've found recently. Some old notebooks. Wait, how many people? At the peak, it was 7. Currently, it's 5. Bit of a big family. Okay, I know I've got more than just these in here. Oh my gosh. Oh boy. Can you yell Fridge Gang? I would, but I don't want my family to just go and, you know, start yelling at me given the fact that it's 1:30 in the morning. I mean, I can very essentially say, Fridge Gang. You know, that Not good enough for you? So, here's another, that's apparently how you spell symptoms. You know, that right there, that's symptoms. Yell it. I am not yelling that. I am not getting my mom coming and being like, why are you up at this? I told you so many times, go to sleep. I mean, I guess if you want me to yell it, I mean, I can always. Fridge game. Look at your mom's meshes. This is an entirely just mom's the main culprit. A cry for help in time of need, await relief from Holy League. 60 days of siege are numbered and weak. Sent a message to the sky, wounded soldiers left. I'd tell you yes, Mr. 3. But that'd get me banned, so I'm gonna have to say no on that. My 18 plus, yes. Yes, M. Just have nowhere near the amount of income I'd need to move out. Coming down the tide. Oh my. I remember this was a very joyous day for me. So this was the day I went from pencil to pen. You want to come on a recruitment show for a few different Twitch shows? You intrigue me, my good sir. What exactly do you mean when you say this? This is Thursday at 2 p.m. I guess DM me the deets and I'll see if I'm interested. Sounds intriguing, at least. Oh no. I swear half of these pages are just wanting to rip out. Follow me on Twitter. I can DM the... Yeah, so just... I'm assuming it's under... Mustache Dom again. You look at your random cipher and I... Mustache Dom. And Twitter famous. Ooh. Nice. Nice. Got like 150 followers. Hey. I mean, you only gotta start somewhere, dude. Okay. There's that fall for you. So yeah, I guess give me the deets and I'll get back to you on that then. Remember in September. Good question. Would you say you are a simp? Give me a person and then I'll ask. Then I can answer. Because also, what are we saying when we define simp here? Because if we're going, the full simp nature of, we're going to be, groveling at their feet, either for their feet or, notice me senpai. Not quite, being a fan and all that. Yeah, I mean, would you kiss the ground a bae walks on? Not quite, nah. Not quite interested in that. See, now I see your offer. I'm gonna have to turn you down on that. Oh my gosh, so much of this is just... Oh, there we go. We finally get to... So not necessarily both pages of everything. That's the difference between what I have and have not written in. This thing I think I got when I was 14. The thing is, half of these pages are just Life of Fred answers. Because basically, if I offered you $50 to either keep it or give to a hot girl, would you keep the money? See now, so I'm assuming then we're saying just base like, okay, I'm giving this money to you. You can either keep it or give it to someone. Like, just no other context. Out of that, I would probably keep it. Now, if we get more context, if it's like, now, if we're going just straight donations, I'd keep it. Charity, I'd 100% do that. Just took an entire week last week going and doing my own charity streams. But yeah. So no, I guess in that regard, I would not consider myself a simp. A simple 10? Maybe. Simp? Maybe not. Okay, I'm gonna DM you Thursday night as a reminder. Yeah, so just DM me the deets on kind of what exactly the show is, and then I'll go and take a look and get back to you. I want you to come try out for some shows. Okay. We'll leave it at okay. Thank you for the opportunity, my good sir. And now let's, actually get back to what we were doing for the rest of this. Although, given the fact that we are listening, though, to the song we're listening to right now, of all the people who I would potentially simp, you got Monica. Just Monica. Just Monica. Just Monica. Oh, I try to entertain myself, and I hope that it entertains others. Do a dog puddle. Reality. I'm just under the heartbeat. What do I do? Reality. Oh, reality. And find out that I love you. I'll leave you be. I got goosebumps singing that. I don't know why. Okay then. Yeah. I love this song so much. I don't know why. There's just something about this that just, I don't know. I love it so much. Ooh, ooh. You didn't have to look my way. Your eyes still haunt me to this day, but you did. Yes, you did. You didn't have to say my name. Ignite my circuits, start a flame, but you did. Oh, turpentine, erase me whole. I don't want to live my life alone. Was waiting for you all my life. Oh, why? Set me free, my honeybee, honeybee. You didn't have to smile at me. Your grin's the sweetest that I've ever seen, but you did. Yes, you did. You didn't have to offer your hand, 'cause since I've kissed it, I am at your command, but you did. Oh, turpentine, erase me whole, 'cause I don't want to live my life alone. I was waiting for you all my life. near me. Oh, near me. Oh, goodbye, it was nice to know you. How I find myself without you, that I'll never know. I let myself go. Hello, goodbye, I'm rather crazy, and I never thought I was crazy, but what do I know? I let myself go. Near me. Oh, near me. Only hello, goodbye, it was nice to know you. How I find myself without you, that I'll never know. I let myself go. Hello, goodbye, I'm rather crazy, and I never thought I was crazy, but what do I know? I let myself go. Okay then. It was nice to know you. How I find myself without. Hello, goodbye, I'm rather crazy, and I never thought I was. Hello, goodbye, it was nice to know you. How I find myself without. Hello, goodbye, I'm rather crazy, and I never thought I was crazy. Such a good song. The night we come alive, and the night when adrenaline is higher than heaven, the night with no tomorrow, the night the demons rise, and the night when Catalyst is higher than heaven. Across on your wall, the demons inside, they grind right toward to heaven. The night that we fall, the judge died, the bell did strike 11. And when the night has come, though we never will return, with a play resurrecting, has come in the secrecy return. Oh, war. See if I can't position myself in more of a, not super, I was gonna say relaxed, but no, I obviously want to be relaxed, I just don't want to be, excuse me, I just don't want to be having a weird angle. Plus, it's probably best if I don't, completely ruin my posture before I turn 20. Apparently this position also makes me more burpy, so that'll be fun. We died, French like high souls of 7. And when the night has come, though we never will return, with the play resurrecting, and the secrecy return. Oh, war and war, higher than heaven, comes over like a door. Higher than heaven, you see it like a dog. Higher than heaven, just hold it like a dog. Higher than heaven, you see it like a dog. Do 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 do. I hate when my hair gets really long, because I have not had it at this length for longer than like 3 weeks at a time. I guess even like 2 weeks, whatever amount of time. And so it's annoying trying to actually have My hair look halfway decent at this length.
And down we fall, and like we died, and died, we still remember. Till the dawn, and darkness we hide, and go, we won't surrender. And when the night has come, and the devil will return, with the bright of day resurrecting. No war and war. And the night with no tomorrow, and the night we come alive, and the night adrenaline is higher than heaven, and the night with no tomorrow, and the night the demons hide, and the night when Kalos is higher than heaven.
What do we got next? You know you gotta put it down like a winner.
Mistake is not till you fake it. My mind's running over.
Is it just me? I mean, obviously it's just me, but my camera angle looks really weird whenever I'm like this.
No day talking to myself, and I found that I don't really know me well.
Okay, we'll say. One of the very annoying things about having a leather chair and wearing shorts is the fact that your skin starts to stick, which makes it difficult to readjust.
One time for the saints and the sinners, you know you gotta put it down like a winner. None of this seems right. 2 times for the wrecked and the worried, untainted mind will be your judge and your jury. Sick of it, yet I keep coming back. Oh, but I keep coming back. My mind's weakening every day, and I'm losing my shadow for what it stays. All day by the brand new way, like a line of myself, and it's coming in a corner cry. Another sleepless night, another day where I think I'm giving up the fight. Cut for the morning light, now my vision getting blurry, everything is slowly fading out of sight. One time for the saints and the sinners, you know you gotta put it down like a winner. None of this seems right. 2 times for the wrecked and the worried, your tainted mind will be your judge and your jury. Sick of it, yet I keep coming back. I'm not the man I thought I was, but I swear that I'm gonna be. With every toxic little thought I have that's eating up inside of me. I got a reason to carry on, and it's keeping me afloat. But any day I can see myself sinking to the floor. You know you gotta put it down like a winner. Chances take, it's not till you fake it. None of this seems right. One time for the saints and the sinners, you know you gotta put it down like a winner. None of this seems right. 2 times for the wrecked and the worried, your tainted mind will be your judge and your jury. Sick of it, yet I keep coming back. 1 time for the saints and the sinners, you know you gotta put it down like a winner. And none of this seems right. 2 times for the wrecked and the worried, your tainted mind will be your judge and your jury. Sick of it, yet I keep coming back.
Trying to think if there's anything to talk about. Obviously it's not like just singing is super duper terrible and not interesting, but obviously if I'm able to add something more than just my own voice to the surplus in the songs.
You don't know how to react. I'm a picture perfect face with the wild in my veins. You've been in the ground.
Give me one moment if you will, please. don't know. Anyways, sorry about that bit of a pause. We shall resume.
Until we get it, we go hard. We so in it, we pop stars. Only winning. Ain't nobody bringing us down. See, and then the demon dump to down to trying to bogger. Take a better treat out the ball. Pound it about at all. To do them run the down.
Also, I really want to know the exact words being used there because I swear some of them sound extremely profane, but I know that obviously they're not because there's no way League would allow something like that to be in the song. Because obviously it's not that the word's meaning is the thing that I'm concerned about. It's the word itself sounds really bad. At least if, not stated correctly.
When you like a button, I'm bringing us down. Till we get it, we go hard. We so in it, we pops.
Now I'm thinking about that. So, at least for me, it was, I guess you could call it a phase of sorts. I remember spending a lot of time occasionally. This is like, I want to say 2 years back, but I'd go and I'd watch, like Twitch compilations. But what it specifically was it was the compilations of like streamers getting got, whether that was because, like there's the classic, don't spell my name, oh, what is it, ICUP, whatever, like, I don't think that's ever used, but, there's, like, word, knee, second word, grows, as in coming out of the ground. There's the reason I separated like that, because obviously, if you say it as the one word, which is what it looks like, duh, obviously that's not necessarily the best thing to be saying. Some might argue you just shouldn't say it, period. I concur. But, like, there was that, because there's all sorts of things with that, but the thing is, because I watch so many of those, I'm always so keenly aware of making sure that I at least partially sound out a name in my head before I say it. Mostly because then, I can try to pronounce it more accurately if it's, one that's not necessarily a normal looking name or just looks like it'll be difficult to pronounce. And then there's, of course, those sorts of situations where it's like, yeah, you want to avoid getting caught in those, because obviously everyone knows that it's, you trying to get people trying to catch you, whatever. Like, are you on your A game? Or like, one of my favorites was always whenever people would be like, oh, how do I get to the settings menu? I'm trying to do it. And everyone's just spamming, oh, it's Alt F4, Alt F4. In other words, hey, kill the program. Haha, super funny. Which, I mean, sometimes it is quite funny. See, what's most fun, though, is I can't remember if it was in those compilations or other ones where you would find the people who, caught on. So what they ended up doing is, like, oh, we got a jokester in here, like, just do whatever to just make the person feel so stupid, like, oh yeah, congratulations, everyone thinks you're so funny, just the prime content and comedy you're bringing, just, oh, give him a round of applause. One, I guess that's technically now relevant to me, is ended up seeing there was this streamer, and then she gets asked, and you can tell by what happens that it's a bit of a common question, but she gets asked, like, can I see your feed, or like show feed or whatever, and she's just like, oh, I'm glad you asked. Switches to a scene. It's like one of those infomercials, like, call 1-800-555-1234 and whatever. And then it's just like she's just having so much fun with basically just calling this guy out for being just an idiot, whatever. And it's prime content. Like, actually just really good content. Because, you know, they're trying to be ha funny. It's like, nah, I'm making you the joke.
By the line, did you feel the smoke in your eyes? Did you see the sparks, feel the hope that you are not alone? 'Cause someone's out there sending out flares.
Also, since now this is going to my head. So, I have no idea who all knows what this is, but there's a show hosted here on Twitch called the Raj Chiller, or in other words, the Raj Bachelor. Which also, when I first was hearing anyone saying the name, I got so confused because I thought it was the Raj Chiller, you know, like cold, and I got so confused. Anyways, it is interesting because one of the, I'm not going to name names because there's no need for that, but there was one recently with the Bachelor being Fedmeister from Offline TV. And I just say that, it's not like, oh, he's, of course Offline TV made him just for association purposes. You know, if people are like, wait, who? And then if they know Offline TV, then they're like, oh yeah, that. But basically, you know, he was going through, and the whole point of the show is basically it's like The Bachelor or whatever, but on steroids, at least speed-wise, so it takes like 4 hours. I think there's like 12 or so contestants apart from the Bachelor, the Rajler. But so basically then, before the show starts, all the contestants are given the information on, I believe it might just be the name of the person that they're, you know, playing for, whatever, and then they get to go and choose between either love or host, or basically if they choose host, after this, because basically it's getting narrowed down to the like final five, the final two, whatever, and then you get the winner. And so then if the Bachelor, the Rajler, I'm just going to use that because it makes most sense in this context, because there's both for male and female get on to do it. But so then if the Rajler wins, they get to go and then get hosted by Raj. You know, he's been streaming this whole thing, and I think it's roughly around a regular of like 30k viewers. So, you know, like, it's a big deal about winning this, because basically then you get to go live and have all of these people, you know, because basically the point is that after the Rajler ends, you then go and start your stream, you know, as you regularly would, but now you're gonna have thousands more viewers. But there was, and so basically then, so if they choose host, it's basically meaning that they're not interested in the person, they're just interested in winning. Because then if they choose host and the Rajchiller picks that person and they picked host, then that person, the contestant, wins the host, versus if the versus if the contestant chooses love, which then is to imply I'm actually interested in, you know, getting to know you, doing stuff with you, that sort of thing. And so basically then, brain is farting, like, I think, anyways, yeah, so then what ends up happening is, you know, Fed, he's in his final two, whatever, and then he picks, you know, his winner, not naming names because of the reason why this was brought up to me, the reason why my brain is deciding I need to talk about it. Basically, you know, she goes and she picks host, which, okay, it happens all the time. But then what ends up happening is that she starts going and insulting him, you know, like calling him ugly, whatever. And then as soon as that happened, like, and the thing is, she was trying to make it be like, you know, a character of like, oh, you're ugly. Like, why would I ever want to be with someone like you? You're ugly. You're not interesting. Yeah. You know, like that sort of thing was what she was trying to go for. What ended up happening was she was, it's funny because she ended up going on to another podcast sort of show and ended up going and being like,
well, it just shows how much of a good actor I am if I'm able to go and portray myself as this thing that I'm not.
And in reality, it's vice versa, because the point of an act is to be convincing, but also to make sure that everyone knows your intentions. Because unless you're supposed to be like, I'm trying to think, unless you're trying to be like the whatever professor from Big Hero 6, that's the first one coming to my mind, where it's like, you know, they're wanting to hide the intention, which obviously through the entire show, that's what she's been doing, you know, hiding her intention of, I'm trying to get the host. But then, you know, instead of going and basically then it's, instead of it, oh, we're hiding the intention until pop, here's this, you know, here's the actuality, she went, oh, instead of going pop, here's me, you know, I won, it's pop, I'm still in a bit of a character, but that's not what everyone's figuring is the case here. So, I mean, and it could just be that she wasn't able to figure out exactly how to be in a character and make sure everyone knew that or whatever. The thing is, she ended up going and, like, and the thing is, it's a big meme apparently in Fed's chat, you know, to call him ugly or whatever, you know, so like he's used to being called names, whatever, but then just everyone started hammering the gal for it, because then they're like, you don't deserve the host, you're despicable, you know, I think she got death threats is what I'd heard as well. Which, I mean, if you're going to that point, I think that's an issue with you more than the person that you're trying to go and give the death threat to. Anyways. But basically, you know, like, I'm a very empathetic person. It's one of the key features that I have. And so, but beyond that, I'm able to very easily read people. And so, you know, I was looking up more of the stuff on this, and like I'm looking at it, and you know, a lot of the stuff even after she ended up going and having all the initial backlash, you know, she was on, as I said, the one podcast-esque show afterwards, and you know, like she is very clearly just so distraught, just so clearly like, I'm done with this, I'm done with everything, just I want to curl up into a corner and just forget everything. At least that's what I was being able to pick up on. And then the thing is, and you know, like a lot of people still at this point, you know, are hating her or whatever, but the thing is, what really got me was Pokimane, who's also in whatever it's called, offline TV. She ended up going and, you know, reacting to a clip where the gal ends up going and, you know, as she's getting questioned on the podcast, basically she just ends up being like, I can't deal with this, and ends up leaving. And then, you know, people were like, oh man, she feels so guilty. And then the quote from Pokey was like, oh no, if you're guilty, if you're feeling guilty, you say, I'm sorry, versus if, you know, you don't care, that's when you leave. When it's just like, I get where you're trying to come from, which is, you know, you live in the same house as the guy, you're trying to be supportive of him, but also you have to realize the bad person is just a person who made a mistake, and now they're having to deal with the consequences of that. You don't have to pile on. Because, like, obviously, you know, I'm watching that same clip, and it's very obvious she's just like, I can't take this. I'm too emotional, I can't think straight, and then she just gets up and leaves. Which, I mean, to be honest, I've done that numerous times. Because I'm gonna tell you this much. If that's the kind of, oh, you don't just get up and leave, you just say sorry or whatever. Yeah, try telling that to a bunch of teenagers, because speaking from personal experience, sometimes the best thing to do, I mean, maybe it's not the best, but one of the better things you can do in a situation, if you know you're going to be saying something that you're going to regret, just leave. Leave. Like, I mean, for me, I've talked about it. My relationship with my mom is not the greatest, we'll put it. But when I was like 17, I was like 17 or so. And obviously, oh, that's so long ago. I'm 18 now, turning 19 in June. Anyways, thing is, it's interesting. I used to think, I was so mature as like a 14, 15, 6, I think it was about 16 and a half when I kind of had that whole everything crashed down. And if you want more context for that, go watch the video on the TallBoy Jacob channel. Had a bit of an occurrence start there that drove me very upset with myself, which I don't know if I actually explained that terribly well in that clip. Anyways, it's when I start doing the deed, as I refer to it, when I started to get into the habit of that. Anyways, but I used to think I was so mature, but then in these last 2 years, I've had so much actual maturing happen, where it's basically been like, there's the whole, you hit puberty and then whatever, all your hormones start going off the wazoo. Yeah, that happened late for me. So, obviously that had its own issues, but like, I remember going and having, like, I'd be at the dinner table. I mean, there's a reason why I don't always eat with the family, and mostly it's I want to try to avoid these sorts of arguments again, because I swear my mom will find one issue with you and then just not let up for forever. Like, I mean, my sister, who, I don't know, you probably heard her a little bit ago in the stream, she was yelling for me, but she's been diagnosed with OCD, which that's not just, she needs everything in place, like, it's literally debilitating to her. I mean, if you want kind of an idea of that sort of thing, I'd recommend looking up, it's gonna sound stupid, Lele Pons just a bit ago released a video about her having OCD. There's that one. Or then I haven't looked too deeply into it, but apparently Dan Abadan of Game Grumps Glory is he for a while apparently had OCD, but like, it's not just a thing of, I mean, for instance, I can think of Rhett and Link's music video, "It's my OCD," haha, everyone has OCD. In reality, it's just they like things to look neat. But yeah, I mean, it's funny. I say it's funny. It's really not. It's just I try to put a little bit of a happier side on things. But it's interesting to see how, over the past, I mean, even only like 2 years, like 2-3 years, is when people have finally started to really fully be willing to talk about and accept that, mental health issues are a real thing. And they're not just, whatever the complaints always were, apparently. But, there's still a lot of things, though, where it's like, it's a literal mental issue, but people just see it as, you can get over it, which that's the biggest issue that Excuse me. And that's the biggest issue that my mom faces is, you know, she's got a suicidal son, a daughter with OCD, and then all the rest of the kids as well. It's 2 older siblings and a younger one. And that's based off of me. It goes 2 older, me, younger sister, the one who was talking, the one diagnosed with OCD, and then youngest. So, you know, all of us have something wrong in the head, so to speak. But she, you know, talking about empathy, she doesn't see the possibility of this being something that you can't just deal with it later, or just, it's not an issue, you know, just get over it. Because, like, one of the things that my sister struggles with is hand washing. I mean, for a while it was really bad, where literally she would touch anything and have to go wash her hands like 4 times, like so much. I mean, the thing is, and at the time it was just like, oh yeah, I still feel, I mean, it's not like it's eating me up inside every day, but let's just say I was not very helpful about it, because I'd go and purposefully go and either just try to get at her or yell at her like, you're being so stupid. And obviously, this was before I had my mental breakdown, so obviously I had less context as to the sort of issue that it could be. But basically, I mean, I'm assuming it's probably also what it is, because it's really hard. Like, for instance, like, everyone knows, like, you have sympathy or empathy for someone who breaks a limb or gets cancer or whatever, because, I mean, cancer, not so much, but like anytime someone's got a physical injury, you would look at it and go, oh, I feel sorry for you. I've been through maybe not that exact same thing, or maybe exactly that same thing, but I know what it must feel like. It's really hard to know what a mental illness is if you've not experienced it in some regard. Like, it doesn't even have to be like the exact same one. It just has to be, in general, one of those issues where you realize this is a problem, I need to fix it. Because arguably, my mom probably has a few more mental issues than she's willing to admit. But then she's not admitted it and not tried to work on it at all. Like, she's tried to work on her behavior or thinking, whatever, but like, I mean, that's probably one of the other reasons why it's so hard for her to think, you know, why is it that she has to wash her hands after touching the utensils at dinner? Because that's tonight, that's what ended up happening. We were just eating. It was me, mom, dad, younger sister. And then, you know, we're just having tacos, whatever. Then, you know, she goes and fixes up her taco stuff, puts it down, walks up, goes to wash her hands because she's been touching stuff, whatever. Which, you know, for me at this point, it's like, okay, I could get upset, or I could just be like, you know, it's a little weird. I mean, it's a little weird. It's obviously not necessarily the best, but I understand the reason for it, and I'm not going to go and say that she's being stupid for it. And then my mom's just, as soon as she's out of the room, why does she have to be doing this? Me. And then I'm just like, I mean, I'm pretty certain what I literally just told her was, Mother, please stop. I mean, it's not necessarily that I always refer to my paternal figures as mother and father, but I mean, specifically, it's anytime I'm trying to just be like, hey, shut up. You have no idea what you're talking about. I'll just go, Mother. And then she starts blowing up at me because, well, you always stay up so late, which is, you know.
That's the reason, Mustache, why I decided not to yell, because I really don't want her to come and do whatever the hell she tried to do to me. Just, no, I don't want to try and deal with it.
But basically, just, I mean, that's the reason why I've got
Mommy issues. Find light in a beautiful sea. I choose to be happy. You and I, we're like diamonds in the sky. You're a shooting star I see, a vision of ecstasy. Well, me, I'm alive. We're like diamonds in the sky. I know that we'd become one right away. Oh, right away. At first sight, I felt the energies of sun rays. I saw the life inside, so shine bright. Tonight, you and I, we're beautiful like diamonds in the sky. Eye to eye, so alive. We're beautiful like diamonds in the sky. Shine bright like a diamond. Shine bright like a diamond. Shining bright like a diamond. Beautiful like diamonds in the sky. Shine bright like a diamond. Shine bright like a diamond. Shining bright like a diamond. Palms rise to the universe as the moon shines on me. Feel the warmth, we'll never die. We're like diamonds in the sky. You're a shooting star I see, a vision of ecstasy. When you hold me, I'm alive. We're like diamonds in the sky. At first sight, I felt the energy of sun rays. I saw the life inside, so shine bright. Tonight, you and I, we're beautiful like diamonds in the sky. Eye to eye, so alive. We're beautiful like diamonds in the sky. Shine bright like a diamond. Shining bright like a diamond. Shine bright like a diamond. We're beautiful like diamonds in the sky. Shine bright like a diamond. Shine bright like a diamond. Shining bright like a diamond. Beautiful like diamonds in the sky. Shine bright like a diamond. Shine bright like a diamond. Shine bright like a diamond. So shine bright tonight, you and I. We're beautiful like diamonds in the sky. Eye to eye, so alive. We're beautiful like diamonds in the sky. Shine bright like a diamond. Shine bright like a diamond. Shine bright like a diamond. Oh yeah. Shine bright like a diamond. 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 Oh my, so much ice cream. If you don't get that, watch the video for this song. Steam Powered Giraffe. Diamonds. A cover of Rihanna's song. So terribly tired. Yet I do want to continue going. Like, I'm tired, but I'm like, A, didn't stream yesterday. B, I'm just like, I got nothing else to do tonight. I got nothing to do tomorrow. I'm just... Plus, I'd end up probably just watching YouTube for the next 3 hours. This world names only black and white night. And I see night kills to believe that there's such thing as destiny. And then child be life and sweet. And the icy chills go through my body. Yeah, that one in here. I wonder if I have a song. What is my true calling in this universe? Down the death to his walls is my being cursed. Oh, I'm aiming only for myself. Every answer before you is just routine. You gotta try for something that's truly unique. Oh. Everything depends on you. It's your choice to see this through. And the time to make the future your own way. Tomorrow may be miles away. Today it all seems blurry. No longer do the pieces fit the frame. The change, the theory, I cannot believe. And it's all this insanity. Don't helps. This hard thing out. The ice and there's no way to break free. I don't know this part enough. What is my true calling in this universe? And the glass walls is my being cursed. Oh. I'm aiming only for myself. And the matter don't told. Oh. Conquering the joy within you.
It's also really weird when you finally start to see the difference between these two colors. Because it's hard to see, but there is a difference between these two colors. Like, here's... Is there any... Yeah, that's not what I wanted to do. Is there anywhere where they're... Yeah, like here. You can see here. It's hard to see anywhere else. At least if you're not initially paying too much attention. Although, I don't know if I've told this on stream. So, I do a lot of pixel art. Like... I don't know if I've done too much of it on stream or anything. I guess you can kind of see, if you go to my Twitter, you can find the, whatever it's called, the lip sync video that I did, which also, since I have this on my mind right now, if you go onto Reddit and search for TallBoy Jacob, I made what could arguably be a YouTube poop video. I mean, not exactly, but somewhat similar. Which it's funny because at the end of the video, I have a bit of a message to the... Because it was for, I posted it to the Jacksepticeye subreddit. Then I ended up having a little message for him at the end, which at this point is no longer relevant given the fact that the charity streams are now done. But, you know, it was an idea of potentially trying to get noticed and whatever, get noticed, get a little bit of positivity out there. Yeah. But yeah, because basically though, the way that I got started with pixel art was through making Minecraft skins. And so when I started doing that though, I started to notice a lot of, like, this was a lot easier for me to start noticing the difference between shades of colors from doing that. So, you know, that's a little fun thing I can do. You're not alone, together we stand. I'll be by your side, you know I'll take your hand. When it gets cold and it feels like the end, there's no place to go, you know I won't give in. No, I won't give in. Keep holding on, 'cause you know I'll make it through, I'll make it through. Just stay strong, 'cause you know I'm here for you, I'm here for you. There's nothing you could say, nothing you could do
There's no other way when it comes to the truth, so keep holding on. 'Cause you know I'll make it through, I'll make it through. So far away, I wish you were here. Before it's too late, this could all disappear. Before the door is closed and it comes to an end, with you by my side, I will fight and defend. I'll fight and defend. Yeah, keep holding on. 'Cause you know I'll make it through, I'll make it through. Just stay strong. 'Cause you know I'm here for you, I'm here for you. There's nothing you can say, and nothing you could do. No other way when it comes to the truth. So keep holding on. 'Cause you know I'll make it through, I'll make it through. Hear me when I say I believe. Nothing's gonna change destiny. Whatever's meant to be will work out perfectly. Yeah, 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 yeah. La da da da, la da da da, la da 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 da. Keep holding on. 'Cause you know I'll make it through, I'll make it through. Just stay strong. 'Cause you know I'm here for you, I'm here for you. There's nothing you could say, and nothing you could do. There's no other way when it comes to the truth. So keep holding on. 'Cause you know I'll make it through, I'll make it through. Oh, keep holding on. Oh, keep holding on. There's nothing you could say, and nothing you could do. There's no other way when it comes to the truth. So keep holding on. 'Cause you know we'll make it through, we'll make it through. Yup. So I specifically put that one on mostly because it's got a line in there of, what is it? I believe nothing can change destiny, which is funny given the fact that I have that song in my repertoire as well as, Blizzard, which we heard just before, which was the big ol' "Oh, I don't believe there's a thing known as destiny." Although, if anyone either knows me personally or just knows me well enough from these streams, you can tell when I do those big sighs. There's a very particular reason for that. And for this particular reason, it's because that song is one of my depression songs. Basically, I've got a big old playlist of sad songs that I use to kind of just let the emotion exist, try to let it flow through me instead of going and getting caught, whatever. It works sometimes it doesn't. But yeah, that's one of the ones that I got in that playlist. The thing is, I would recommend to anyone who thinks it might help, and even to some people who think it wouldn't help, at least give it a try of, if you are getting really down, whatever, go and have a playlist where basically the point of it is either it's a sad song playlist or specifically it's, a cry playlist, whatever.
and then go and have that, you know, do that, have the emotion go through you, whatever, and then have a second playlist, which is, for me, I refer to it as my post-sad, because basically the playlist is sad songs and then post-sad. Because basically the point of that one is, for me, I have it where it's, you know, it's not all super upbeat songs. It's, you know, like minus, I guess it's minor, that's the word. Minor key songs, whatever. I say whatever far too much, and it's really starting to annoy me, but you know what? I don't care enough. But you go and then you have that playlist, which basically the point of that is to go and, you know, help you to more easily climb out of the hole that you dug yourself, so to speak. Because basically then it's basically think of it as, you know, during the sad, you've been sinking already, but you go and you kind of accelerate to the point of, you know, like, you can't go any further than this, but you would have gone this far if you weren't paying attention, sort of thing. Because basically think of it like scuba diving, I should have preferenced. So, you know, you're going down, then, you know, you reach your limit, you know, whether that's the end of the sad song playlist, or that's just you feel like you're good enough to start trying to want to feel positive. That's the biggest thing that a lot of people don't realize with depression, is that a lot of the time it's not necessarily just, oh, I feel sad, it's I don't want to feel happy. At least for me personally, that's what it is a lot of the time, which is not great. Basically, instead of it being like, oh, I'm just always so sad, I just want to be happy, no, it's I'm sad and I feel like it's all I should be feeling. But then, you know, you've reached that limit and you're like, okay, I'm good, time to start going up. When you're scuba diving, you don't want to immediately go up super fast, because if you do that, then there's the issue of the pressure going and ending up going and releasing too quickly, which can cause all sorts of issues. The one that I know specifically is it can cause you to get air bubbles in your veins, which then, if that gets to your heart, is really, really bad. But basically, so the point of the post-sad song playlist is then, instead of just going, oh, I'm 100% happy, and then you start to have other issues of, you know, whether it's now you're sinking more quickly whenever you do, or there's numerous issues that can happen if you go about it wrong. I'm not talking about the scuba diving, I'm talking about actually, you know, the songs at this point. And then basically, the post-sad is sort of a decompression chamber of sorts. It's like, you know, we're getting to that better mood. For me, I have it more or less kind of in order, like, you know, I start with this song, then go this song, whatever. So instead of having it on shuffle, it's, you know, play it through properly. And then I go, and then at that point, I'm able to go and be like, okay, now I feel fine just listening to happy songs, listening to upbeat stuff that's gonna make me want to get on my feet and do something, as you know, all the infomercials have taught me. There you go. So there you go. That's, I guess, TallBoy Jacob's wisdom of the day. I don't know. I might get an actual graphic for that. Just wisdom of the day. Okay, how long have we been going? 2 hours? Might be a good place to stop. I think we'll get through 13. 13's here, and then we'll go ahead and finish. The stream, I should say. Come on, stop burping. Anyways, though. I had a thought. And it has escaped me. What was I talking about? Because I was talking about that. Shoot. Cannot think of what I was going to talk about next. Hope it wasn't something I was like, I really need to talk about this. Yeah. Anyways, though. But yeah. Oh, right. That's what it was. So, you know, I've played this game for... I think I've almost played this for over 200 hours at this point now. Pretty certain this is my most played Steam game, you know, and that's... I played CSGO pretty religiously for a bit, so, you know, that's impressive. But, I ended up having the idea once, and it'd be an utter nightmare to try and... Not the programming side of it, but just the gameplay side of it. But I was wondering, like, imagine if you modded this game so that instead of it being like, oh yeah, you know, fill in all of your 13s, it was instead that, you know, the number up here is the number that showed up on the blocks. So instead of it being like, okay, you know, these two wouldn't be 13, it would be 944. Then I press this one would be now 943. Because what would be interesting then is when you get to ones where it's like you have one missing of the color or whatever, and then it's like, cool, I have no idea which color I'm supposed to be using here. So obviously it would not, I don't think it would be too fun to play, but I figure on like a smaller level it might be humorous, like for a, like maybe like 2 or 3 puzzles, you know, slightly increasing in difficulty, but obviously just have to be like a novelty of like, yeah, haha, this is funny, we're not gonna make this into an entire pack. I mean, they could, but you'd want to keep it to like maximum canvas size would be like 100 because otherwise so many different colors. I mean, basically you'd want to limit the amount of colors and the size of the canvas, because if you have either of those too big, it's just like, this is practically unplayable. See, though, what you do then is, you know, you have, that's so evil, brain, but you know what, it's just a funny thought, you then have it where on one of the levels every single color has the exact same amount. That'd be evil, but that would be glorious to try and complete. Just like, especially after doing it, you're just like, I am the master. I am a pixel. I am a coloring pixels god. Bow before me, mortals. I have completed the impossible. You know, that sort of thing. And I'm like, gosh, there's so many colors. I mean, the thing is, realistically, there's not that many colors, there's just that many different shades of colors. Because overall, if you were to go and simplify this down to like primary colors, you'd have so few.
Why are you still up here?
I shouldn't immediately start yelling at you when you're getting. Hi, Dreamer, welcome to the stream. Good to see you. But why are you up? I'd recommend going to sleep, my dude. Or I'm assuming you just can't, given the fact that you're here. I will go the distance, right where I belong. I would have, but I have chronic. Yeah. Assuming you've been having a bit of a rough time tonight. See, now I have to ask though. And you know me, so this is gonna be one of those stupid, like... Let's just get to the point. Wanna play some Brawl for a bit? In a bit. I'm gonna kind of try to get through these 13s, then we can probably do that. See, now I have to ask. Any good horror game? Any good horror game suggestions now? Haha, whatever. Not like it's something to be joking about, at least in the moment. Hope you don't hate me. Can't sleep, have to find your place soon. Until there's awesome out of the looking. Rolling like a play. I make jokes like that. I know, it's just... I don't know. I'm in a more sensitive space right now. You know my dark sense of humor. Oh boy, do I ever. Since I feed it very heavily sometimes. Yeah, I don't know. I'm more just kind of in a let's include everyone, let's not be bad people sort of vibe right now, so obviously I know that you're fine with it. I'm just also trying to be a little bit more considerate with it. You know, all that good stuff. Space station blow away. Floating in the diver tank. Space leprechaun fade away. Cyborg with no big boy words to say. It's not the future. Get hurt, get real dirt. No, which one is it? Get real dirt. I'm a jaywalker guy. But anyways, unfortunately, no. Unfortunately, no to the which question, because I've lost track. Kitty fish is not the way that it's meant to be in. I'm not your outfit, that's a good choice. Saying I don't understand. No good horror games. Oof. It's one of those things where it's like when you know that this bad thing can be productive, it just really sucks when the bad thing isn't productive. Then it's like, that's my suffocation anxiety acting up. Yeah. Not fun. Not fun in the slightest. How far away, alien DNA, walk around every day. It's a place where little furry creatures dance, but they're not teddy bears. They're an alien equivalent. And they may range in familiar trees, but it's not the red ones you see. Oh, Nelson Day. Alien trees on an alien moon. Oh, time to break it down, down, down. Yeah, I was big in Japan. I was king of ping pong, and I was better too, but and I'm sure you like me to bounce. Master, I need one of these. Do they come in threes? Cause I need to squeeze them. Yeah. I guess, yeah. Cause why not? And I'm sure you like me to bounce. Sometimes the water where to wish you could run and hide is when you find you need a new hyperdrive. I'll sometimes wish we could get away. And if you try, you gotta just make sure if you hadn't a cave that it's really not some giant space snake. I don't know. For some reason I've been really into recently, like not necessarily you'd call it TikTok dancing, but basically that sort of style of dancing per se, where it's basically just, you know, try to turn everything auditorily into a dance move, which obviously with certain songs far easier than others. Since a lot of them, you know, don't deal with sci-fi parts. I was gonna say participants, and I'm like, that's not the word I'm looking for, so I'm just gonna emphasize parts. Galaxy far, far away, alien DNA, you walk around every day. Get hurt, get real hurt. Okay, think we'll go ahead and I kind of know where I am. We're ending a song. And we'll go ahead and get this call started. If you want to just go ahead and give me the call dreamer.